Picture this. It's the early 1800s, and philosophy is having its rock star moment. Think of a guy named Georg Hegel as the lead singer. He's got this grand system called absolute idealism that makes it seem like the universe has some glorious master plan. Like everything is clicking into place as part of a cosmic symphony. But just like when a band gets too popular, there's always a backlash. Enter the post-Hegelians. These are the philosophers who rolled their eyes at Hegel's neat and tidy universe, and were ready to get a little more messy. First up, Friedrich Schelling. Hegel was all about the mind, history, and grand ideas. Schelling, he takes a hard turn down a dirt road marked nature. He's fascinated by that wild, unpredictable force within living things, plants pushing out of the soil, the intricate designs of a spiderweb. He sees the universe, not as a history book, but as this mind-blowing, evolving artwork. Feeling a bit down? Meet Arthur Schopenhauer. For this guy, life isn't a journey towards enlightenment. It's a bad nightclub where everyone's drunk, the music is terrible, and you can't even hear yourself think. He says behind everything is this thing he calls the will, a blind, hungry force that drives us, making us always want, crave, and suffer. Sounds bleak, but he taps into something real, that nagging feeling like the universe doesn't really care if we're happy or not. Now, Hegel had this whole deal about history unfolding according to reason, but a group of rowdy thinkers known as the Young Hegelians looked around and said, guys, have you seen the news? Reason doesn't always win. Guys like Ludwig Feuerbach and a young Karl Marx start saying it's not just about ideas, it's about power. Who has the money, the land, the factories? This is where things get revolutionary, quite literally. Let's not forget one of the most unique voices in the crowd, Soren Kierkegaard. He's not buying into any grand system. For him, real life is about the individual, standing alone, having to make your own choices against the tide of what society says. He's like the moody poet of philosophy, and he basically invents this whole movement called existentialism, all about anxiety, freedom, and the weight of making your own meaning in the world. So why do these rebels of idealism matter? Well, they crack open questions that we still wrestle with today. Think about those moments when you feel like the universe isn't some neat math problem, when raw emotion or nature's power or social injustice make the world seem a bit more chaotic than the philosophers might like. Their ideas seep into everything: art, psychology, even the fight for a more just world. They remind us that reality probably won't fit neatly into any box we try to cram it into. That sometimes philosophy is less about finding the answer and more about asking the really uncomfortable questions. If you want to dive deeper into the world of these post-Hegelian thinkers and understand how their ideas helped shape our modern world, click on the link in the description to get our book, Hegel's Shadow: Metaphysics and Mind After the Absolute.